Hello everybody, and welcome to another video of mine where I'm gonna give Software Inc. another try. So within this series is kind of Software Inc. revamped, because the last time I touched Software Inc. we had risks and everything else, and it did not go as planned. Was kind of putting money in the investments for the bonds and everything, and just overall in general grew the team so big too quickly. That's what kind of happened, and that's what kind of happens when I play this game for fun, and then I grow it too big, whether it be the high salary people and my products aren't giving me enough money to pay them and the rent and everything. And so it goes downhill very quickly. You take out the loan, and then your money just dwindles from there. So, overall, in general, gonna give this another shot. Hopefully, make it to a decent amount of time. I am starting on the beginner 1980, 8 days per month. That's what I've been kind of playing on. It kind of, most people play it 1 day a month and everything else, where that kind of speeds up the process because 1 day is 1 month. So it gets through the game pretty quickly, where I kind of slow it down a little bit and kind of let things get resolved within some time, and not just like, oh, if I'm bankrupt 1 month, then the game's over, where at least I get a couple of days to pick up myself before I go bankrupt. If I were to go bankrupt. Hopefully I don't go bankrupt at the end of this series and we have a successful series, but I am going to bring it back, and we are going to pick a map, which is more than likely the garage. There will be other places on here when you see moving the company, because on the Steam workshop you can subscribe to blueprints of buildings and everything, and it adds to the game, and you can use those for your game. But we are going to start in the Garage Inc. And it's the lowest amount of money for rent. We'll pause it real quick, kind of zoom in on what we got here. I'm gonna go ahead and lease this out right away, because I will make this like his private office of my person, and then when I were to hire employees, I will put them kind of out here per se. My character does not specifically have anything to do that he needs a private office, but it is something that I will put in for that. So we'll just quickly make his office real quick, and add. So I've got some mods here, so I have some additional stuff, and add a plant. We're gonna need a light. We can just add a light in this corner, and that will light up the room for him. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up right away. Just put these tables there, put that there, because he's gonna want, I'm gonna probably want another one, and then we can put a light on the ceiling right about there, because that will kind of light up the room. And we'll have a little fridge where he can bring his lunch, and then we'll have like an instant coffee cup slash thing where he can get coffee, get a little rejuvenated, have a little bit of caffeine buzz to him. And before he comes in, we're going to start with some contracts. But before we get into that, I will kind of show what my guy has, as I should have before getting into it. But my guy, for development wise, he is all three on system for both programming and designing, all the way on 2D for all three of artist, programming, and designing for the 2D. So he has a 15% speed boost when it comes to 2D art, code, and design, and then he has the 15 boost for system, code, and design, and then audio all the way for a 15% boost for that code of design and programming, but just starting when it comes to the artistic side of things. As a leader, I do have the big brain for my trait, so it gave me all 12, so I can able to have automation projects, socialization, so I can hold meetings, and then multitasking, improve effectiveness with any task. And then when it comes to service, I do support all the way through, and with marketing to create a press release. It does take a long while with that, so I may not even use them for, like, for example, my first product that I will be producing. I probably won't create a press release. I'll have it royalties for when it comes to the outside source can use their ability to market my product. So yeah, we would be paying more money outwards, but hopefully in due time that I am getting my money back and making a profit for myself. So we will quickly do we can set him to be the lead designer because he's the only one that is available. And we can do an embedded system, and we can do a logistics application, and kind of speed through the day. He'll come in, maybe not today, but the next day he'll come in and he'll start working on them. And the iterations, it goes up to 4, but with these being that they don't have to be that good per se, just kind of go through the first alliteration, and that would be it. But since he is on his own, probably want to stay for a little bit longer, kind of working 10-hour days. That way he maximizes his work efforts for we'll call cleaning, maximizing his efforts on getting these contracts done, so to speak. And so when it starts going number 2, just hit the develop button, and it will go past the blue line. But as he's close to those, we can always grab another one, and then he can work on the next one as well. And so we get kind of a upfront pay when it comes to them, and then we can just hit promote. He can fix bugs on those, and as he's fixing bugs on those, he can work on the design of the other ones. But I'll probably give it a day or two, turn them in, and get some decent money. He's got one bug, so we'll just call that good. And the first one's outstanding, and the second one's outstanding, so we got 12,000. So we're we're getting there. We're almost kind of doubled our money, and we can also pick up one of these. He's kind of fried as a lead person, but you can pick up one of these game assets, which is a picture thing or an artist type thing, and he'll be able to get it done, no problem. So then we can just promote that. He is done for the day, and as just like that, we are pretty much done with January. And while he is working on that, I'll turn that in, and it's satisfactory, so at least we got a decent amount of money from it. We'll go to here to insurance. I'm just going to put $500 as a safety deposit, and overall in time this will accrue interest, and so it will just keep piling up and piling up on the money and kind of be like a savings bond in real life, or a mutual fund. You put your money in a mutual fund and it will continue to grow, and people will pull stocks that aren't doing too hot, and we'll just swap them out and your money will grow. So we'll do another game asset and a embedded system. And since we get roughly the 100K plus range, or when we start seeing these contracts get a little bit more where we need another person, we can add up to 3 people to the office. And I usually add a programmer, a designer, and an artist. And that way, when it comes to the overall end part of the projects, that I am the service part of doing the support tickets. And we will also grab, because he looks like he's almost done with that. And it seems like he's going a little bit faster with the embedded systems than he does with the logistics applications. And it's just chugging along, getting these stuff done. We can promote that, turn it in right away. Got outstanding, got $8,000 for it. We can promote this, maybe fix a bug or two, and then we have this logistic application we can pick up. Can develop that. He's leaving for the day, and he'll be able to finish this in no time. Fixes a bug, and he gets 12,000 outstanding for completing that contract. And we will call cleaning, maintenance, and IT support, making sure everything is working properly. That way he's got a clean office. We can promote that. He can fix any bugs. We can develop that. And he doesn't have any more contracts to select from. And we have a couple of days left in the month, so we'll see what he can do. We'll promote that. We'll turn that in. Allow him to work on that, fix any bugs. Came with outstanding. Got 130K. And we'll allow him to fix this up, as it has a few days yet to do. And we'll look at it acquired 83 cents from going into February, and it will release into this invested in bonds section and we lost a little bit of money as it is a new month. So now he's just sitting there, kind of bored. Let's find a contract on what he could do. Embedded system. Yeah, it seems like he's chugging along pretty well with the embedded systems. I'll develop that. And I didn't want to be like, hey, why don't you just select all of them? Because if you select all of them, it probably won't end well with so much that he has to do. The game will kind of like say, hey, your character is panicking, there's too many tasks for too many long of hours, and it will just be like inch by inch instead of see how this is flowing right here. So if you give like two is kind of like that perfect number, but like as he was finishing with those and it's just bugs to fix and you give him another one, it's okay, because like these are waiting for like service tickets or like overall in general fixing the bugs, so it's not that big of a problem compared to if he was starting the designing phase for all three of them. So kind of getting close to the 150k range, and usually kind of you would be like, hey, you could hire an employee, kind of work on your own thing, but with me it's developing these guys, get all set. Now we're at 150, now we're at 158, kind of getting this set up, doing it until I can't no more of that I need a partner, because also after I'm done with these contracts I may look at net worth of other people and see what kind of stocks I can get, and then based off of, I know it's kind of like, hey, why don't you just wait until it fixes a bug? Well, that's already outstanding. We got pretty good money from it. We can see what kind of stocks I can grab from multiple companies, and grab this game asset as well, because these are almost done. And see what kind of bonus I could get within a month. So we will promote that, we'll promote that. That needs no bugs, so we can have that with outstanding. We have about 200k. He is gone for the day. We'll simulate to the next day. It's fixed one bug on that, so we're getting close. Just chugging along. It's the first day of April. There's no bugs to fix, so we're just gonna quickly do a pause while the guy left for the day. And obviously in the bank we're the lowest, but when it comes to worth, kind of go with like a lower company. Kind of see 95 grand you buy from a private investor and see if it grows, or like, you know, either buy here or buy from these guys and see what kind of, you know, dividends and stuff like that we can get in itself. We could be buying 80 grand from this company, or the private investors, but from this company to get dividends and stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna do. But I think instead of this, we're gonna get it from, as if we can't. No, we can't. We would only be able to get it from private investors. But I'm gonna try a different company that only has one product out, and has less of shares that they have out. So let's see what kind of dividends we could be catching along. And now see recommended programmers of 2, and then this one we can do on our own, but now it's starting to be putting that we need another employee. So we will be working on these 2, and we can check in our stocks. It went up 1%, which is a good thing. And then it's also saying it's selling more shares. So that's also a good thing. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm just making it as a safety deposit for the time being, for it to grow and then sell it. That way it can help my company, whether it be improving the company in any technology or the advancement of growing as well. And it seems like that company is selling more because they are wanting to grow and have more people invest in the company. So we are going to see how much is going up. So it's gone up 5%. So we'll just buy 5 more shares, make it 15. So decent amount of money that we have in this company, but it seems like it's growing, which is a good thing. And worst case, we can get a 1 million loan. Obviously, I don't want to go that route, but overall in general, that can be a scenario. So we're gonna call it cleaning. That way things are clean. But one thing we are doing is we are going to, within this episode, grow the company and make our first product. At least start the grind of it. So we could do a 2D editor that only needs 2D and system. We can also go an antivirus where it's 2D and system, but then eventually we'll need networking. That will be in the later future because networking doesn't start probably 2010 within this game, and we are 1980. So we can do that. We could do audio 2D and system, but that will need more people. So, and this is more basic, and obviously the more you can grow, we would just do 1-star duties when it comes to it, because we would have low employees. But we can also do an antivirus that doesn't need much. We can just do a system, and we would only need people that need full scan system or 2D. And I may get medium people, but for this case I would get low, and then we would add 2D. That adds already 6%, but we could just do this and that, That's all we need for system. So that is what I feel like we are going to do for our first product. And before we do that, we're going to have to get some chairs for these people to sit on. They're going to need a computer to work on as well. And we're gonna kind of put that together. That way they're kind of separated. Kind of put these noise canceling headphones, because like, yeah, I can put each individual, like I could put a calculator for the programming artist and like a inbox for the designer. Why don't I do that instead? That way I can replace it, drawing tablet, so that way when I hire these employees, and then the calculator for the programmer, when I hire these employees for their specific roles, I can assign them to the chairs. And then to add a little bit of pizzazz, we can add a light there, so there's an additional light within the office. And then we can add a plant there. Add that to the mix, and then we can also add a clock. Put that right there, so that way they know what time, it's stuff is happening. And I believe to make it that basic, that's all we need. Because we need the maximum of like 200. Oh, it's 180, so we can add one more thing. There, that is the 200, so it's nice and basic, having a picture here with the bookshelf, some stuff, and and here's 130. I can add some more. Add that makes it 136. We can add another clock in there. Let's make it 150. And then, he doesn't have his overall, but he is a lead inbox, so we could add that. Didn't do anything. And then add do a random picture in the back. To the computer. Add to 188. And we can also add like a sound barrier type thing. Make it 200. There we go. Alright, so get out of there. We're going to hire some employees. We have a programmer with a designer. It's going to be low. Compatibility. Just have system, but we'd like 2D as well. Audio and hardware. That's for like a game. Or anything else, but we are doing a 2D editor, so we just need and networking would be later, but a 2D editor, we just need 2D graphics and system, but we can also do just only system to make it simple for that. I believe I was mentioning I was doing antivirus with only this because 118, and just do the system. My guy has the 2 stars, the other 3 would have this, and it'd make it easy, and would just need recommended is 4. I have 1. Obviously, I'm going to be hiring some employees, so having some designers and stuff like that. So designers, programmers. So programmer, designer, very low compatibility, having good, having at least 1 star, seeing if there's any more even though they're low, but to have more in their bag, which is nice, which I think that is our employee. So we would want good compatibility. That person has it the same as, or do they have more? Oh, they have audio instead of hardware. So I'm gonna pick Dane Rivers, not because bias of female and male, but hardware we don't need necessarily at the moment, and he has audio. So theoretically, if we were to move him to a different generalization, he could help out a little bit because he has 1 star in audio. So we are going to hire him. Yes, we have limited funds. We're at $68,000, but overall we can take out a loan and work on this 2D editor. So we have that. We have a designer / programmer that would like system in 2D as well. Alright, so we have no good, we just got normal. So we'll look at all these normals, see if there's any of them that stand out. We'll also kind of look in the bad to see if there's, but it looks like they're just, this person's very bad, but it has extra stuff. So it's either A, do I take them, but their skill is audio tool, or do I look for somebody that would be good for an antivirus or a 2D editor like this person? Game, office software, audio tool. We could go for a 2D editor, fast learner, big brain, stressed, and stuff like that, even though it's just designer, but overall in general, big brain, meaning their stuff is like maxed out when it comes to specialization. So we will hire him. And then we're looking for is a artist with a programmer, because we had 4 programmers that we needed for that 1 slot for that antivirus, and the more programmers we have, the better. Alright, so we have art. Alright, is there any, like, seems like the but we're gonna stay with the normal people, that way it's fast learner seems to be the best fit. 20 years old, fast learner will be good for the team. So we have our 3 people. So overall in general, let's go here. We can change his roles, that he is programmer first, designer, and then he is not that, because he is not part of the artist, but we can also change it where he's secondary artist as well, that he can try and help, but he won't be any help at all. And kind of like for this person, they are a designer only, but kind of add to secondary and add this person to leader, adding everything else as his main role, making sure everything is properly ran, and There we have it. We have our people set. We called the cleaning. We have this set. So right now we have 2, 2, 2. But we could also, if we did the 2D editor, by adding more stuff would be more programmers. But if we got rid of, well, we couldn't get rid of any of them. Okay. So if we went to antivirus, did this, so by selecting that, we would just need that. But if we did that, we have 2 out of the 4, less than a year. We can do that. We could do marketing. We could do funding. They give us extra money for it. And printing. They would want it out by May of 1981. That can be doable. We're going to hit no for right now, because then we could do that. But then it would be about a year. And we'd want it out sooner than later. And so we have 2 designers, 2 programmers, and 2 artists overall. And they want 70, 80. We'll just put it at 70. $70.99. We don't have any servers. And antivirus stopper. That's what the name will be. We have it at 100% expected, 18 wasted, but we could take these out and it would be more helpful just to start. But then if we add that, it would be just adding an artist. So maybe we just do this, make it simple and basic, and then the next one we can add these two when we get decent sales, hopefully. Overall, just file encryption and file scanner, and then we can also add 2D in later future. Overall in general, can auto balance it, and then get a publisher for printing and marketing for us, and they want it by November of 1980, which can possibly be doable. So we would have 34% interest compared to this, adding those two, but it's a start. It'll get their abilities, getting their foot in the door of creating this product. Oh, I didn't hit develop. Whoops. So we will go back, hit antivirus, these two, 24, so we'll make it $20.99. Was it the antivirus? Stopper, and that's what it was. Then advanced auto balance, and we would need it for printing and marketing. And yes, develop, and that will get us going to our first overall product in Software Inc. We're gonna always assign this to Jeremy Crazy. What we can also do is HR management, because I do have HR management. Best, then secondary, so that has everything set to that. Having it low, we can add more people, but we don't have enough room for people. So when it comes to employees, it's set that way. Or it's set to, they just have a programmer, designer, and artist. So, company is selling more. So when it comes to artist, programmer, and the designer. So we'll see overall, because we can have it assign a new lead, Jackson Meadows. That's who we'll give it to, because apparently I have no inspiration for it. So and we will get some cleaning, IT, and could do like contracts while we're also doing this as well. Just kind of giving a little bit of boost of money. Our stocks have gone up 6.1%, which is very good. And kind of finishing out this month, checking our insurance, our bonds, getting 2.48. Then we can also get like this kind of stocks, but buying shares of companies is worth more. And we could see how much should be for like bare minimum 20,000. We'll do that real quick, and we'll see how much that will improve overall. Our floor is a little dirty. And went up a little bit, so that is good. And now our programmer and artists are helping out with pumping this out, while me and the designers are working on designing this bad boy. And we can promote that. We'll let this go through like 1 or 2 iterations, not very many. Because it will be quite a while. Having these contracts done while we do our product will help us with our money situation. It gives these people some to do as well. That's just 100% code. Could do an artist one. It's outstanding. Getting a little bit of money. Stock's gone up a little bit. Got 200K. Could buy a little bit more. Buy 20 grand. 200 within stocks. And kind of have it as a safety deposit. It's kind of risking it for right now, but overall in general, it seems like all this is going is up, and it's not going down. So it's a good investment for the time being. And when you do take out a loan and stuff like that, you can't buy stocks using your loaned money. So yeah, it keeps going up. So it's a very good thing. See how much dividends. 3,336 or 61, because I own part of that company now. And this is almost done with one iteration. Since it's an art piece, it'll have the artist and some to do. System too. It'll be a quick design, and this is a quick design too as well. We have November of 1980, so at the end of this month, and that went up completely, but towards the end of this month, whatever this is at, we're gonna move it to the next phase of development. It's probably a complaint that doing too many tasks. The 3 tasks are too many. Now we just got 20,000 for that. See if we can buy 30,000 worth of shares, because it's a good decent chunk of money. Have their meetings. We will see how much we can get done within the end of this month. And this still continues to grow. Like, we could sell right now, sell all of it, and get $252,000. That'll help us tremendously. They'll gain experience, and the more they gain experience, the quicker it allows them to go to school and become more more of a pro, I guess, at coding. So, and we are coming up on the end of the month. We will turn that bad boy in. We get 13K from it. Stocks keep going up and up, which is a good thing. as they keep selling. We're getting close to 3. I may wait a little bit to see if they can boost that up to a 3. It's probably saying too many tasks. And there we go. We're gonna develop it. Got 11 followers due to them marketing it for us. We will develop that. That gives our artists and our code programmer something to do. And our stocks are going up. Close it out because now we know it's going up and up and up, and it's not going down. So we'll just need to finish this, earn some money, call maintenance IT. They hold meetings. And our bond is up to 505. Speed that quick. There we go. And that is it, folks, for episode number 1. We are getting there. We're a quarter of the way done. We are halfway through the month. Our stocks keep going up and up and up as we see that we have $267,000 worth of stocks that we could sell right now. We could take out the loan, that way it allows our stocks to continue to grow. And started a safety deposit. I got $4.98 within the bond that we have started. So hopefully you follow the series, as this is the Software Inc. revamped of my last series. I just grew the company too big, and then it went bankrupt. For this, it's start low, these low salary individuals, help them grow tremendously. As of right now, it's kind of just programming for this, so it kind of stinks for the other two, but I'll be doing contracts and stuff like that, so that way they earn that experience, and the more experience that they earn is what's going to help them gain in the future when it comes to education and becoming more developed in their skill. So